Hello friends, welcome to Run TV Social. So today we are going to install Jenkins on top of EC2 instance. So what we will do today is we will create an EC2 instance. I already had a video regarding how to launch an instance in AWS. We will create an instance and we will install Jenkins on top of EC2 instance, and we will create a baseline image with that Jenkins instance. Okay. So let's get started. Let me log into my AWS account. And let me put captcha. Hopefully this time it will be okay. Okay, let me put my password over there. So now I'm logged into my AWS account. You can log into your AWS account. You can create one if you don't have, which is free. Okay. So we will create an EC2 instance. EC2 instance is nothing but a physical, like a virtual machine, virtual computer, we can say, and which is used for hosting applications basically. So we will launch an EC2 instance. Launch an instance. This is a EC2 dashboard, and we'll choose Amazon Linux AMI. And a computer should have operating systems, right? And that was the operating system. The operating system for this computer is Amazon Linux. Linux is the operating system for this computer that we are going to create. Then the computer should have at least a little bit RAM, right? This is the RAM, 1 GB RAM. Instance type is nothing but, let's say, they cannot call instance like with a 5 GB RAM, 10 GB RAM, not like that, right? And they gave some names. And this is a T2.micro, which is free tier eligible. I'm going to use the same T2.micro, and I'll just review and I'll launch the instance. And we would have to provide a key pair. So this key pair will be downloaded to your local computer into your download folder, so that when you try to connect to this instance, you would need to have this key, so that for authentication purpose, and you don't change this key. Once you download this key, it should be same, and that the key should have only readable permissions. Okay. And click on launch, and we'll give a minute. The instance will be ready in a minute, and we'll connect to that instance using terminal here. If you use like a Windows machine, you could use git bash. And let's go here. Let me refresh my screen so that I can see the instance is up and running and things like that. We'll just wait a minute to instance to come up, and the instance is up and running. Basically, this is a virtual computer is up and running. So the reason most of the course that I use EC2 machine is we don't have access to physical servers, right? It's very hard to buy a physical device like a physical server and maintain a physical server. So this is AWS account is free, and you can create EC2 instance like a virtual server, and you can terminate whenever you want. You don't need, if you think like you don't need an instance, you can terminate them. It's for free. As long as you don't use them, you don't pay. So which is very flexible and very easy. And I'm using SSH client to connect to that instance, and this is the command. You see that, like I said, I'm using SSH client, right? SSH, and this is the baseline key. This is the key pair that I did download, and when I create this instance, so this key is in downloads folder, and I would have to fire this command at the same location where the key is. If you have this key in a different location, make sure you fire this command. Make sure you will provide path of this key. exact path of this key. So you will be logging as a EC2 user. This is the server DNS name. Okay, and let's copy this. If you click on this square, and it's gonna copy. Let's copy this, and let me open my terminal. Click on terminal. Let me clear my screen. Let me go to downloads. That's where I have that baseline key, and I'm gonna paste that one, and I would say yes. Now if you look at this, I am logged into this 172.31.4.171 server you as a EC2 user. Okay, what we will do is, in order to install Jenkins, we'll just update the packages first. Okay, sudo is the super user do. In order to update or in order to install any packages, you should be a super user. That means you should be a root user. Okay, we'll just try to update the packages if there are any updates, and we'll use yum update. Then we'll install Java. Then we'll download the Jenkins repo, and we'll install the Jenkins. I have a document with all the commands. Let me follow this document, and let's install Java. Just yum install Java, but I would just wanted to, be specific with the version and everything. Let me install Java. Then we install wget, because we are using wget to download a Jenkins repo package from Jenkins website. So in order to have that, you should have a wget. If it is there, you don't need to install, but we'll see. Java will be installed in a minute. Now let's check whether Java installed or not. So in the user bin, there is a Java. So Java has been installed already. And let's try to install wget. So wget is already there. Now let's try to download the package. The package has been downloaded. Now just import this Jenkins key from Jenkins website. Okay. And I'll just remove the typo error, the 5 dot thing. Now let's install some Amazon Linux prerequisites, which is Apple. For Amazon Linux, you need Apple to be installed. So we'll use Amazon Linux command for that. So now what we will do is we'll install Jenkins now. Okay. and for that I'll use just command sudo yum install Jenkins -y will escalate the condition, like if you wanna if I don't use -y, right? Let's see what will happen is, you see that, so it's gonna prompt for this step. But if you don't use that -y, right? If you use that -y, it's gonna escalate that one. The Jenkins will be installed. So now the Jenkins has been installed. Now we will use Now we will start the Jenkins command to start any service, not only Jenkins, any service, systemctl start and service. And once you start the service, you should enable the service. And once you enable the service, we'll just look for the status of the service. You see that the Jenkins up and running. Now let's go to the console, Jenkins console. So in order to do that, let's open the http:// and IP public IP colon 8080. By default, the Jenkins will be installed on port 8080. Okay, this is the public IP, and let's copy the public IP. We are going to get an issue. We are not going to log into this. We're not going to log into this server because this instance is not allowing traffic from HTTP servers. So in order to allow that, we will change the security rules in the security. So this is the security group, and we will change the inbound rules in the security group. If you look at this inbound rules, right, currently the security group is allowing only SSH traffic, which we use to connect to the server from port 22 TCP. And when we try to access the server from web, this is HTTP request, and it is not allowing any HTTP. There is no rule for HTTP. What I will do is I will add a rule. For time being, I'll use all traffic. For time being, I'll use all cider, but this is not secure. We don't have any sensitive applications hosted in the server, but companies, they don't use this kind of cider. And I will just save the rule, and once the rule has been saved, let's go here and let's try to, you see that the Jenkins server came up already. So what we will do is, it is complaining about there is a key available in this location at the server. Get that key and paste it here so that it will make sure that it's you. It's like an extra step in the security. So what we can do is, we'll copy this and we'll use cat command. We'll use cat command to get sudo cat. Why the reason why I used sudo, when we try to access the var folder, right, var lib folder, we should be a root user. Now copy this key, go to your Jenkins machine, boom, this is Jenkins console. Let's install suggested plugins, and let's give a minute. to install some suggested plugins. And I can skip this step. I'll continue as admin for now, and I'll save and finish the Jenkins. So the Jenkins is ready to use. This is the Jenkins. So once you guys are here, you guys can explore, try to configure a project here, new item, maybe test item, and I'll just use a freestyle project, try to configure them, and try to explore each and every field, so that once you get a job, and you will be given access like a username and a password for this console, and once you log in there, and you will see this only, and you will see number of projects here. Since we only have a test project here, right? But you will see number of projects here, and this is how this is how you will see the Jenkins dashboard. And now what we can do is, let's go to our EC2 instance, and we'll take a backup of this instance, and we'll call that backup as a Jenkins backup. Okay, that backup is nothing but AMI, Amazon mission image of the server. Basically what we can do is, we'll go to actions and image, explore this EC2 dashboard as well. What is connect, what is how many instance types, what is actions, and instance types, what are these, and what is images, and what is volumes, and snapshots. Explore this. Most of, if you are AWS engineer, you should know EC2 dashboard, like boom, like that. EC2 dashboard is very very important for a AWS admin as well as a AWS engineer. Okay, AWS developer as well. So I can call Jenkins image, and if you want to add an extra storage for your image, you can add extra storage as well. But for now, what I will do, I'll just create an image. And once the image, let's go to AMIs, and then let's see. So once the image has been created, what I will do, I will terminate that existing instance, and I will launch instance from this image. So this image should have a Jenkins already. It will take a couple of minutes to create an AMI. This is the image ID. So what most of the companies do is, they create their Jenkins machine. Let's say they have 10, 15 AWS accounts, right? They create one Jenkins machine in one AWS account, and they will call that image as a baseline image, and this could be this kind of ID could be that baseline image ID. So they will share this ID across all the accounts that they use. So they will use the same Jenkins machine for most of the virtual machines that they are using. So this is how most of the companies create baseline images, and they use like a third-party tools like a Packer or Ansible, or they can use CloudFormation, based on the requirement and based on the companies. Most of the companies use different automation scripts. We'll give another minute. Let me refresh my screen. I think I can refresh from here as well. If you look at this is the image ID and this is the owner of this image. So this owner will give permissions to use this image across the AWS accounts. That's how most of the companies uses these baseline images. Okay, let's give another minute. Sometimes it will go hours and hours, but the server is not that big. It's just a 8 GB RAM, 8 GB data, and we did not use all 8 GB data at all. Maybe we used maybe a GB, I guess. So it shouldn't take that long. Yeah, so now the image is available. What I will do is let me go and just terminate that instance, and we will use this instance to create a server. Okay, let's terminate this instance. You could stop the instance instead of terminating, and then you could you restart the instance whenever you need it. Okay, so I will just launch. So it will escalate this point, choose AMI, because we are already choosing an AMI like a baseline image. And we're just launching that instance. Okay, and I would use the same key. Let's go and click on the server. Let's give a minute. And I can add a small tag like a name, Jenkins, Jenkins, Jenkins baseline. That should be okay. It's just a name. So let's give it just a name, and let's grab this public IP, and let's go HTTP colon public IP 8080. We click on that, and we should see the Jenkins has been installed, right? But we will double check the permissions of this inbound rules of this security group. Okay, let's go to the security group, and currently the security group is allowing only SSH. The security group which we worked with the other instance is different than this security group. What we'll do, we'll add a inbound rule. I'll just use all traffic for time being. I'll just save it, and once this has been saved, let me go and rerun. I did not I did not even connect to this instance, and I did not install any Jenkins, right? But I'm taking this from the image. I have an image with the Jenkins server, Jenkins installed, and I'm using that image to create a new virtual machine. So that virtual machine can have that that server, that Jenkins already. So that kind of virtual machine is called, that kind of image is called baseline images. Okay, and let me go and replace this IP. I copied already. Let me copy this. Sorry about that. Let me click on this. Boom. This is the Jenkins. The Jenkins is already installed. You see that? So this is how most of the companies create a baseline images. And like I said, log into AWS account and try to explore as much as you can, and try to play with those commands, and try to play with that AWS commands, and try to explore the installation of Jenkins and things like that. And that's all about for this video, guys. And if you like this video, please share this video, and please wait for more updates. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. We'll chat in the next video. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.